Hello, my name is Clement, and I will be presenting to you my book review assignment. This is my book, Wilder Girls, written by Rory Power, published in 2019. I would say the main genre of this book is obviously young adult fiction, but more specifically, the book is involved in the genres of sci-fi, horror, futurism, and dystopianism. Wilder Girls by Rory Power is set at a quarantined girls' school on Raxter Island, cut off from the world after the outbreak of the mysterious disease called the Tox. This disease has caused dangerous mutations in both the students and the environment. The story follows Hetty, Reese, and Baya as they struggle to survive. When Baya goes missing, Hetty and Reese set out to find her. Along the way, they uncover dark secrets about the disease and the school. They find Baya, who has undergone a significant transformation, now a weakened version of herself. Realizing their only options to escape the island, Hetty and Reese eventually manage to leave. However, the fate of the outside world and the continued spread of the Tox remain uncertain. Here are the three main characters of the novel. Hetty is the protagonist of Wilder Girls, a fierce and determined girl struggling with the physical and emotional consequences of the Tox. Throughout the novel, she is motivated by a deep loyalty to her friends, particularly Reese, and a strong desire to uncover the truth behind the disease affecting them. Reese is Hetty's closest friend and one of the most visibly affected by the Tox, as she suffers from intense physical transformations and struggles with the loss of control over her body. She's a fiercely independent and realistic character, often showing a more hardened, survival-focused side as she grapples with the horrors around her. Baya is another central character at Raxter School, known for intelligence and her kind of mysterious, sometimes cold demeanor. She becomes a key figure in the mystery of the Tox, particularly as she develops a complicated relationship with Hetty, marked by tension, love, and a shared struggle to survive. There are four conflicts presented in the novel. The main two, however, I would say, is the external conflict of character versus nature, where everyone in the story is obviously having to survive against the Tox. The internal conflict of character versus self, where our characters face difficult choices between their loyalty to each other and the harsh reality of survival. The other two are the external conflict of character for society, which is the government's rules and regulations imposed against the island, such as the quarantine, and the internal conflict of character for self, where the characters are struggling with how their bodies are changing in the story. The four main themes of the novel are A, survival and resilience, which is apparent through the constant struggle of our characters against the Tox, the effects of the disease on their bodies, and the mutated environment around them. B, isolation and loneliness, which is shown through the fact our characters are isolated from the rest of the world. C, friendship and loyalty, which is shown in many ways, but particularly in how Hetty decides to go search for Baya when Baya goes missing, and how Reese decides to accompany and help her. And finally, D, authority and power, which is shown through the government-imposed quarantine on the island and the abuse of power performed by the teachers and authorities at the school. And now it's time for the structure of the novel. The point of view is shown through the perspectives of our main characters, but especially Hetty. It is first person written in a narrative manner. The book's timeline is linear, and the book's events happen in chronological order with a consistent timeline. Now, what did I like? I would say the main things that I liked were the psychological and emotional depth demonstrated in our characters, as it was clear to see that they're teenagers. The blend of sci-fi and horror in the novel, which helped us understand the depths of the Tox and their horrible, horrible situation. And finally, I would say the lasting impact the novel leaves with its readers. And I'd say it does this through its deeply thought out and developed themes. What about what I disliked? So in my opinion, the fact there were so many undeveloped plot points, like for example the Tox's origins, the slow pacing all through the novel, and the fact that there were so many side characters mentioned in the book that all had pretty much no development whatsoever. These are two meaningful quotes from a novel that I believe deserve to be analyzed. She gives me the can opener and I tuck it in my waistband. Under my shirt so nobody can steal it from me on my way back to the stairs. So on page 24, and I don't know where we're going, I don't know what's next, but Reese's heartbeat is steady in my ear, and I remember how it was, the three of us together, and I'll make it that way again, said on page 353. These two quotes perfectly encompass the themes of friendship and loyalty in the story and show how even after all they've gone through from the beginning till the end of the novel, they stay together even after all they have experienced. Now, second to last, it's time for the target audience. I believe fans of sci-fi, horror, mystery, suspense, and of dystopian and post-apocalyptic settings would all love this novel. However, for a specific age group, I would say from the ages of 13 to 21. This is because of the fact that our main three characters are teenagers dealing with complex emotions and situations. I think readers between the ages of 13 to 21 would be able to relate to the themes of isolation, transformation, and survival presented in the novel. The reason I would say no younger than 13 is that I believe that this book may be a little bit too graphic for readers of younger ages. Finally, I would give the book a rating of 3.5 out of 5 stars. The book followed an interesting plot and kept me interested all throughout. However, due to things I mentioned earlier, such as unsolved plot points and underdeveloped characters, I have to lower its rating. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.